Hi, I'm Annie. Today I want to talk about how I went from being a really sedentary person who didn't exercise very often to being someone who exercises pretty much every day, at least 6 times a week. I know in the new year, a lot of people have goals around fitness, so much so that it's kind of a cliche, but I actually think those fitness goals, health, fitness, nutrition, are some of the most important goals. Because in general, when you improve your health, you improve everything else in your life. Your mood improves, your focus and work performance can improve, your relationships can improve because you're in a better mood or because you feel more confident and self-assured. So in the past, I would do a lot of starting and stopping with exercise. And in my mind, my goal was always to look better, to lose weight fast, to look good in a bikini, be a bikini model or whatever, That was sort of what I had in my mind when I was younger. And it was always this idea of this drudgery, like doing something that I don't want to do to achieve this goal of being thin in a really short amount of time. And it's just not a healthy approach. And I remember when I was about 37, I had some kind of epiphany. I just started looking at it in a completely different way. I thought, forget about looking good in a swimsuit. I just want to feel good. So at that point, the goal that just came to me was that I wanted to become someone who truly enjoys exercise. So it wasn't, I want to wear smaller pants, or I want my skin to look better, or nothing related to vanity. It was just, I want to feel good, and I want to feel the joy that some people seem to feel when they exercise. Some people really seem to enjoy it. And so that's a very different goal. Saying, I want to lose 10 pounds fast and look good in a bikini is very, very different from saying, I want to become someone who enjoys exercise. The I want to become is really the identity update part. So losing 10 pounds and looking good in a bikini is more like objectifying your body. You're objectifying your own body, and it feels like more external. Like I'm going to physically, visually transform this body, where I want to become someone who is more of a holistic, intrinsic identity update. So I said to myself, I'm gonna try running, but if that doesn't work for any reason, then I'll just pick a different thing. But I will give running a try because I was feeling slightly drawn to that. And so I started running, and I think it's really fortunate that that's the thing I felt inspired to do, because there's such a massive endorphin hit from doing that. It's pretty energizing. And it happened to work out for me. I've never had any knee issues. I had a hip injury once, but nothing major. And my goal initially wasn't really duration or speed. The main goal was just showing up consistently. I want to be someone who enjoys this, and I want to be someone who does this consistently. Those were my goals. And so I stuck to a schedule. I think when I first started, I was only running 4 days a week because I was really new. And I did get fitter, and I lost some weight. But for me, the biggest prize, the most amazing thing, was the appreciation of what my body could do. It was like, wow, I can do that? That's so cool. I was sedentary. I was winded just jogging 1/8 of a mile. And now 30 days later, I reached this goal of running 3 miles continuously. And I was just so proud of that. And it didn't really matter that I'd lost a little bit of weight or looked better. That was not the big prize for me. And after I got the hang of this consistency thing, where I was regularly showing up to do the workouts, then I was able to increase a little bit more. And then I got really, really into it. And I wasn't obsessive, but I did push myself. And I trained for a few races. I did some group training. At one point, I trained for a bigger one that was a half marathon. My longest distance is only 14 miles. I've never run more than that. But even that 14-mile training run was way, way more than I ever thought I would be capable of. If you told me when I was 20 or 25 or even 30 or even 33, I would someday run 14 miles and it would feel amazing, I just wouldn't have believed it at all. But that 14-mile training run was great. That was amazing. And the half marathon was amazing. One of the best days of my life. It was really just because I felt so good. It was I did this thing I couldn't do, but it was also how comfortable and joyful I felt the entire time I was doing it. And now I'm not running at all, but I became someone who truly enjoys enjoys exercise and wants to show up for it consistently. So although I'm not running, I just have a different routine. I walk 3 to 4 miles about 6 times a week, and I wear this really dorky looking 20-pound weight vest just to make it more challenging. And I also like to jump on my mini trampoline. So these are activities that I would have thought when I was younger, like that's kind of cheesy and dorky. You're wearing like a weird looking 20-pound weight vest. You look like a suicide bomber, and you jump on your mini trampoline like some kind of a 1980s housewife or something. I would have thought like, oh, cheesy. That's so cheesy and lame. But the thing is, it feels amazing. And I am somebody who loves to exercise. I wanted to become someone who truly enjoyed exercise, and that's what happened. It's like my identity now. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are just really resistant to that. Very stuck in being sedentary and resistant to getting their blood pumping or doing any kind of exercise. They might even think that they're focused on higher priorities. You know, maybe they're just like getting a lot of work done. They think they don't have time to exercise. But for me personally, I feel like I don't have time to not exercise because it would just fuck up my life so bad if I stopped taking care of myself in that way. I feel like I'm more focused and I accomplish more because I'm taking care of this kind of critical basic need. I mean, it's not basic. It's not like food and air and water, but it's, you know, a little bit up higher. It's your physical fitness and your wellness. It has such a huge impact on your ability to accomplish a whole bunch of things in life. Another thing I hear people say is that they don't have that energy to exercise, but exercise truly increases your energy. Like you're spending energy and calories in order to exercise, but it's also generating energy. I'm more energetic when I exercise regularly. And I think that's something that you don't really get until you go through the process. You kind of have to just make a commitment to doing it regularly in order to really feel that benefit of like, wow, I have so much more energy. It's a bit paradoxical, but that's how it works. So anyway, that's how I became someone who loves to exercise.